Hi, I'm Viraj and this is my YouTube channel, Maths by Viraj. This video is part 2 of the previous video which I did under Algebra. And if you could not see my first video, you can go to the link over here and just see the video. In the previous video, I taught you how to carry out sums just only using numbers, that is to add, subtract, multiply and divide using integers, that is constants. Now let's see how we are going to do addition, multiplication, division and subtraction using variables as well. For instance, we know that 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. What if 2 was to be multiplied by a letter x? 2 is to be multiplied by letter x. Remember, we always give priority to the number. Then we write the letter. Therefore, this is written as 2x. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Similarly, 2 multiplied by x is 2x. Likewise, if 2 was to be divided by 3, we can write this in the form 2 upon 3. 2 as the numerator, 3 as the denominator. Similarly, if 2 was to be divided by x, now 2 is the number which is divided by the variable or the letter x, and this can also be written in the similar way, 2 over x. Remember now, number in front of the division mark goes as the numerator and the letter goes as the denominator. Now children, some children find it difficult to write certain numbers when divided with negative numbers, to write it in a form of a fraction. Now for instance, minus 2 divided by x, I can write minus 2 over x. But some children write this in the form 2 over minus x. Now children, both are the same. Obviously, because plus divided by minus is minus, minus divided by a plus is minus. But to write it in a very methodical way, or both of them, we can agree to write in the form minus 2 over x. This method, we do not, most of the time we do not write this in this form. Even though a positive number is divided by a negative number, we write it in the form as shown. Right children, now let's look at another example. What is the answer we get when you multiply 2 by 3? We know that 2 when multiplied by 3 gives us the answer 6. Similarly, if 3 was to be multiplied by 2, the answer is 6. So for the final answer, the orientation of the numbers that multiplied, whether 2 is on front or behind, the final answer is the same. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Similarly, if 2 was to be multiplied by x, the answer is 2x. 2 multiplied by x, 2x. X multiplied by 2, yes. Some of you all might say that x2 is correct. Not wrong. But we usually write this in the form where the number is written in front, then we write the letter. Therefore, always remember children, even if 2 is multiplied by x or x is to be multiplied by 2, the final answer always comes as 2x. Number into a variable, always it comes as the number and then the variable. What if two variables were to be multiplied? X is a variable, y is a variable. Again, x into y, I can write this as xy. What about y into x? Yes, still I can write it as yx. In this, usually we write it in the alphabetical order, that is xy. But even if you wrote it in the form y of x or xy, they are accepted. But in this, if you were to multiply 2 by x, 2x, x by 2, we usually don't write it as x2, but we write it as 2x. But in this, when you multiply variables, yes, it is accepted. But the most common methodology of writing such multiplications are in the alphabetical order. X into y or y into x written in the form xy. Now children, to get a general idea of division, before going for division and multiplication with negative and positive numbers, we'll try to have an insight of how we write division in the form of fractions. Now, if I divided 1 by 2, I can easily write it as 1 over 2. We know it as half. If 2 was to be divided by 1, yes, answer you can write it as whole number 2. Or else we can write it as 2 over 1. What I wanted to show was when 1 is divided by 2, the number in front becomes the numerator. 2 becomes the denominator. Here 2 is divided by 1, 2 becomes the numerator, 1 becomes the denominator. Similarly, when 2 is divided by x, it becomes 2 upon x. Now, the numeral 2 is divided by x and it becomes 2 upon x. Look at here. X is to be divided by 2. Now, what becomes the numerator? X becomes the numerator and 2 becomes the denominator. Unlike in here, x is divided by 2, therefore x becomes the numerator and 2 becomes the denominator. Again, like the previous example in multiplication, we have a number and a variable and a number. Now we are going to deal with two variables. Let's look at this. When x is divided by y, yes, still the same, x becomes the numerator and y becomes the denominator. Again, when y is divided by x, y becomes the numerator and x becomes the denominator. Number or variable in front of the division mark becomes the numerator and the number or the variable behind the division mark becomes the denominator. Don't get the wrong idea that we are to use the alphabetical order or numerical order in this. No, this is pure division and we write the numerator or the denominator as given in the expression. Like 2 divided by x, 2 becomes the numerator, x becomes the denominator. Y divided by x, y becomes the numerator and x becomes the denominator. Now let's see what are the answers that we are going to get when negative, positive numbers and variables are multiplied. We know that from the first video on algebra, 2 into 3 plus multiplied by a plus number, answer is plus 6. Minus 2 into 3 minus number multiplied by a plus number, minus 6. Because you know that plus into plus is plus, minus into plus is minus. Similarly, 2 into minus 3 plus into minus is minus. Therefore, the final answer is minus 6. Minus 2 into minus 3, minus into minus, plus 2 into 3, 6. Now, you should understand that I have given priority to the sign first. That is, whatever it may be, whatever the numbers you may have, either it's multiplication or division, you should first give priority to the sign. 2 into x. Yes, it is multiplication. A number and a variable are used. 2, the number is plus, x, the letter is plus, plus into plus. Plus into plus, the answer is plus. Therefore, 2 into x, the answer we get is plus 2x. You need not write plus 2x, even though you wrote a plus, it's okay. But 2 into x is 2x. Here, minus 2 into x. Minus multiplied by a positive. What is the answer that we are supposed to get? A negative. Minus when multiplied by a positive is minus. Therefore, minus 2 into x is minus 2x. First the sign. Minus into plus. Minus 2 into x. 2x. Final answer is minus 2x. Here, a positive number is multiplied by a negative number. Plus into minus. The expected answer is minus. Therefore, plus 2 into minus x is minus 2x. Plus 2 into minus x. Plus into minus, minus 2 and x, 2x. Therefore, the final answer is minus 2x. Here again, minus is multiplied by minus. Minus 2 multiplied by minus x. Minus into minus is plus. Therefore, the answer that we should get is plus. Minus into minus plus 2 into x, 2x. Therefore, minus 2 into minus x is plus 2x. When it comes to division, again, plus number is divided by a positive variable. Plus divided by plus. The answer that we get is plus. Therefore, when 2 is divided by x, we get it as 2 over x. Plus 2 divided by plus x, the answer is plus, which is plus 2 over x. Now here, minus divided by plus. When minus is divided by plus, what are we to get? Minus. Minus divided by plus is minus. Therefore, minus 2 divided by x is minus 2 over x. Minus 2 divided by plus x, we get minus 2 over x. Likewise, a positive number is divided by a negative number. When plus is divided by minus, the answer that we get is minus. Therefore, plus 2 divided by minus x, the answer is minus 2 over x. Plus 2 divided by minus x is minus 2 over x. You see that these two answers are same irrespective whether the number or the letter is minus. Therefore, even though the number is minus or the letter is minus, we write it in the form minus 2 over x. Similarly, minus is divided by minus in this case. When minus 2 is divided by minus x, minus divided by minus, the answer is plus. Therefore, when minus 2 is divided by minus x, the answer is plus 2 over x. Minus 2 divided by minus x, the answer is plus 2 over x. Hope you understood the simple algebraic multiplication and division sums. Anyhow, in the next video, I will be teaching you all a little bit of indices as well as multiplications and divisions involving brackets. So stay tuned and subscribe. Much by Viraj.